Hello, Cancer. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm Nicole. Cancer, this is now the second time that I've sat down to try to do your reading, so we're going to see what happens here. Hopefully all is well. The one thing, I heard a couple of things. I started your video, and Spirit is like, you could feel like you're beating your head against a rock right now, and we're just going to roll with that, right? And we're going to see what comes up. I talked about in the first few minutes of your video, like, crowning yourself, like trying to master something here, trying to get past some hurdles as well. And I remember feeling like this, like, oh, damn it, Cancer, whenever I got interrupted and it didn't work. So this is going to be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. This is going to be your February 2025 overview, Cancer, as to what's going on here for you. There was another message that Spirit had brought in for me when I had sat down to do your video the first time, and I can't remember now what it was. So we're going to trust that whatever it was will come out in some other form here as we sit here. As I say that to you, Spirit is also addressing that whatever you're dealing with, it's going to come out, it's going to play out in another way. So Spirit's using the word revitalized, but I want to say be patient. So we'll see. Cancer, I don't know. I feel like the water signs are kind of feeling some kind of way here lately about some things. So you, Scorpio, Pisces. So we'll see. We'll see here. All right, Spirit, for Cancer. It's like I said to Scorpio yesterday, it's like a hurry up and wait kind of thing. And that could kind of feel a little bit similar. Adjustments are required here, Cancer. Oh my God, I'm losing my marbles. Talk to Scorpio so often, so my apologies. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. You could feel like you're in an influx of to be, not to be. That is the question. Do I sit still? Do I not sit still? That is the question. I feel like on a personal level, Cancer, you could feel as if your security is being, Spirit's using the term upended in some way, like nothing is quite as it seems, nothing is quite working out the way that you want it to, and you're trying to be in this state of flow and balance and going, I'm good, I've got this, I can handle this, I just need peace, like needing peace in your life after a period of more adjustments, right? So we'll see here what else comes out for Cancer this month. Oh, they told me to keep it dumbed down. That was the message that they had given me, like keep it simple. So Cancer, I'll say to you, maybe you need to keep things as simple as possible right now. Like don't overextend yourself, don't involve yourself in the mundane daily life things, which sounds weird, like we got to do dishes, we got to do all these things, right? But it's kind of like have fun with whatever is going on. Could be a lot of background noise. We got some birdies screaming in the background. I'm sure y'all can hear them. So let's see here for Cancer, February, runaway, wanting to get up and run, wanting to take the first exit door to your left, right? Like wanting to get out of a situation. But I feel like whatever you're dealing with, something keeps pulling you back in. I don't think it's a bad pull you back in. I feel like it's like Spirit could have you on a leash right now, Cancer, and you're like, I'm just gonna pretend this doesn't exist. I don't even think you're pretending. It's just like, here's this thing, and it's like they're pulling you back into it, going, no, wait a second, come back here, look at this, wait a minute, let's address this, wait a minute, we got to deal with this. It's for your longevity in something here, Cancer. So you feel like your buttons could be pushed right now in various ways, and trying to find your Zen moment in your mind, your Zen place in your mind to be able to adjust to what is happening. Some of you could be really busy with your hands too. So I don't know what kind of work you do or what you're into, but just staying busy with your hands seems to it's like you have to be doing something right now, feeling like you need to be doing something, but whatever you're doing with your hands, so I don't know, it almost feels chaotic to me, like trying to hurry up and get something accomplished. When pay attention to whatever you're doing, building, working on, creating, if it feels like it's being rushed, you got to stop. Like, Spirit's kind of asking you to kind of take a seat and sit on your ass right now, Cancer, and not take certain movements forward, because it's like, do I give up on this? Do I walk away from this? I feel like February, there's something about boards. I have no idea what the hell that's about. Like, they're asking you to just kind of be still throughout the month of February. And certain things are going to play out, Cancer. It's a weird feeling that just came through. You could be recrafting a bedroom or a space, a living environment too, with this empty room. Something that has been long lost, forgotten, or abandoned as well. So this is pretty specific for somebody. But oh, wait a minute. A-R-E-R. Are you adjusting to the circumstances of certain situations in your life right now, Cancer? Because you need to. Yay. Yay. The area, too. The area, the square footage of something could be of importance. The area, and I'm hearing area, are we. It's almost like you're not finishing a sentence, Cancer. You may start to express something and then stop it right there and then. That's your way of abandoning a conversation, an idea, a thought. I feel like it's more thought related at this point. I don't feel like you're putting it into the tangible world. Interesting reading, Cancer, right off the bat. What else for Cancer in February? Uninvited guest. Surprise, accident, big change, moment of decision. Greed. Holy shit. Laziness, obsession, cruelty, stupidity. Cancer, something here in the month of February could kind of take a very odd turn of events. That Spirit is not wanting you to make decisions quite yet. And for a substantial reason. Like, there is something here that is coming into the course of your life that is going to be pretty impactful. And as it happens, Spirit, the fight is not done. You're going to want to let things play out, because you could make, like, we can make these decisions at any given moment and go, based upon the knowledge that I have right now, this is what I got to do, right? For others, it's going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, for others of you, this is like, don't make those decisions yet, because there's more to come. It's like watching, a sitcom, and it's a 2-part, this one particular episode is 2 parts, so it's like to be continued, right? And we gotta wait till next Tuesday to watch the next one. So it's like, wait for that information. Wait to see what the outcome is before you make prior adjustments to something that may need further adjustment later on. I don't think you're going to get a full picture of whatever this is until the end of January. I can't help but go, hey, February 28th specifically they're giving me, but I also will go back to the idea that Mars goes direct on the 23rd of February. So there's something in that 23rd to 28th time frame that this surprise happens. Okay, so just be aware. Now, in this regard to this greed and talent, Cancer, there's something here that you may have a moment of the fuck it's and go, you know what? I don't want to deal with this. I can't deal with this. I cannot deal with this thing, this situation any longer, because it's taking too much of me. That greed is something that is taking, right? It's a taking energy. It's taking too much of you, of your personality, of who you are, away from who you are becoming as well. So it's like, I feel like you have likely become obsessive in some form about a particular situation, possibly multiple situations, because they seem to be tied together in some strange way, right? But if they're tied to you, then they're all, you're kind of like the common denominator in a sense. But you're also sitting back and watching. You can, lead a horse to water. Cancer, can't make them drink. So I don't know if you're helping somebody, if you're trying to get somebody to get on board with something. but they have to take that first initial action. Like, you can support something, but you can't do it. I hope that makes sense for whatever's going on for you. So there's something significant about that. So let's let's do some clarifying here, Cancer. 10:10 on the clock. What is this adjustment about? This adjust for Cancer in the month of February. I don't know. They threw damn near everything out to me here. Confidence, understanding, obedience, and choices. I'm going to put these back in because there's too many cards, but I'm going to take a quick look at these. Doggy's drinking, sorry. Some of you could be involved in the political ring, just an FYI on that. Some of you, if you do like community work or something to that effect as well, needing to see both sides of a situation, just a side note on that. Fulfillment, it's like duality here, Cancer, lots and lots of duality, Gemini energy coming through with that, and any fixed sign as well, they're saying. So Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, you could be dealing with one of those signs, or Gemini. Does not have to be. 11:11 as I look up there. This is it good? Is it bad? And I feel like you're trying to make a quick reasoning. Spirit is saying as to what is good or bad, what is positive, what is negative in your life at this point, and going, well, there's no, I say it for Scorpio all the time, like, they don't do well in gray areas. And Cancer, I feel like you're teetering into that of, it's either good or it's bad. It can't be both. Perspective, right? Perspective. Now, this adjustment that you're going through on a personal level, where this Zen space is coming in, where you need that Zen space, like, it is going to help you navigate these trying, turbulent waters that you may be experiencing right now, because you have the prior knowledge and know-how on something of how to make something work. So you've gained a lot of enlightenment, Spirit is saying, in regards to this, after, you know, periods of disappointment, regrets, sadness, Three of Pentacles. You've learned how to work with others very well as a result of this. But it's like, does it require some sort of staying power in this with this Eight of Cups? It's emotionally draining you in multiple ways. And it's like it's like you're trying to step up into a role or a position that requires a lot of work, a lot of teamwork. And I said, if leading that horse to water can't make him drink, you can be on board with something, but it's not necessarily up to you. You can't heal everybody. You can't fix everybody. You can't do everything for everybody. They have to step up to the plate themselves. And there's something about that. And in the process of you doing those things, you could not be any noisier today, neglecting anything for yourself. I feel like you've worked a lot on yourself, Cancer. I think you've done the right things. You've made a lot of headway for yourself, but you also want to be cautious, even if you have like the free time, space, energy to give, how much of that you are giving, because there's something that is being negated from, Spirit is saying. Okay, so let's see here. This Five of Cups, Three of Pentacles. Temperance. I said you've done healing. You've gone within the Temperance and the Hermit, right? It's enlightenment. It's an internal balance that you're working through. And I think that for the most part, you are handling it well, but there's like these moments of anxiety that seem to creep in that goes like, again, you yourself, fabulous, Cancer. You're doing the thing. But then when it comes to these workings of other people, it's like you're trying to heal. You're trying to work them through loss or pain or hurt, regrets, all of these things. Spirit asking me to remind you that you can't do it for them. There's something very specific to you can't do it for them, okay? So be cognizant of why you're making the choices you're making at this time. Is it something where you're coming from with this very beautiful energy, ultimately from within? Can other people sustain what you're doing? Are other people on your level, Cancer, right? Like, they may not be. This runaway is, I think some of these challenges are creeping in throughout the month of February. As I say that, there comes the complicated card, that seem to muddle up what comes next, how it works out. Fragment energy. It's still bringing up some inner wounds within you that are requiring more adjustment, right? Like adjustment. If you could tattoo something on your forehead right now, Cancer, would be the word adjustment. It is complicating matters, and it's like, do I stay in this? Do I walk away from this? Do I keep this? Do I let this go? All of these things. And I don't think that this is just again, one specific area. I think you're dealing with a couple of different situations. When I think about the duality, that's two sides, right? So maybe two situations, the light, the dark, trying to weigh the pros and cons on both sides of a situation as well. It feels like both of them are problematic in their own way, right? They're both problematic in their own right. What is this complicated card about for Cancer? Cancer, it's like you're trying to take charge here. We got the Ten of Wands coming out sideways. There's been a little bit of a release of some overload, some burdens in certain ways. It's almost like going through the steps of a project, going, well, I got part A done. Now I need to work on part B. And there's all these other parts to this. But it's like you are trying to be the voice of reason in a situation. It's like, let's be, I feel like you're trying to be everything to everybody in every way, Cancer. Stop it. You cannot do it all, right? You know, Eight of Wands, a lot of communication, King of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. You could be dealing with some professional arena as well with this King of Pentacles, or this King of Swords, with the justice and the fairness, the ethical, taking an ethical approach to things. You're good at what you do, but there is, it's like, I don't know, we could take it to the fact of, as a hypothetical of an attorney, right? He can go in and he can do his job and he can do a great job, but the ultimate outcome of a court decision is not, he can't make that decision, right? So it's kind of like you can put in the work, but ultimately the final decision does not come from you, and that could be a really scary place for you to be in. And I kind of feel like that's how this is kind of showing up, is there is some decisions related to other people that are around you that seems to be complicating the matters. You're dealing with a King of Wands here and the Moon, so somebody not fully expressing what actions they plan on taking. It's like you could feel a little in the dark about a particular situation. And this old fear, Spirit is saying, could shut down communication. Like, you're seeing this as, I'm going to have some kind of successful ending to something one way or another. But you also don't want to force the hand of the universe for things that need to play out the way that they need to. So it's like, be mindful of that energy. The person, the thing or the person situation you're running from. Nine of Wands, they've been through it. Five of Wands, there's a lot of fighting going on. Here's the thing, I don't have the cards of communication necessarily, but Spirit, this Four of Pentacles is like somebody is holding back from completing a cycle around you. And because of that, that could be causing these misconstrued feelings of how you think you feel in a moment, what's going on, when it's going on, how it's going to happen, having control of the situation. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords with it. Oh, and the Three of Swords. Hey, knock it off. Chaos. Chaos in the background. Strife, turmoil, misunderstandings, Queen of Swords. I said it's like you don't have the final say, right? Queen of Swords, she's going to. There's something happening outside of a situation. Some of you, this could pertain to children, but it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like, let's just say your kid had an issue with a paper or a grade or something wasn't fair, and you call the school and you're like, hey, what's going on here? And they're like, well, this is the way the wind was blowing today, and this is how I felt, so this is the decision that I'm making. This person is working from a place of power imbalance, because there's a lot of fighting in a situation, there's a lot of competition, there's a lot of nobody's on the same page. Nobody is trying to find a way to unify a particular situation. Ten of Swords sitting underneath this decision. I do think some kind of Spirit saying a final roll call will be the determining factor in a particular situation. This could be on, I do feel like you're dealing with people that they hold positions of power in their own right, but they're not, Spirit's saying they're not ironclad. So this could be contracts, right? This could be lots of different things for each of you. But they don't have this, they almost feel like, to me, that Queen of Swords almost feels stupid, right? Like, that sounds kind of mean, brash, but talk about that greed card, like there's an over obsession of everybody's kind of like every man out for themselves in this. You're coming in with emotion and awareness, like you've seen this, been there, done this before, you know what this looks like on the other side. You can't make somebody else want to see that when they're working from a lower vibrational place. So it's a frequency right now that's kind of got the chills. There's a frequency being emitted right now that seems to be overriding peace and harmony. And all you can do in the meantime, Cancer, is stay zen within you, because everything else outside of you is like a clusterfuck. So what is this uninvited guest here? Too many cards. Summons, hope, playful. If somebody has been pulling the strings, somebody's been pulling the strings. I'm not quite sure. They kind of cut me off with that. Somebody's pulling strings and pointing out an injustice. I'm hearing try this. Try this, Cancer. Try this instead. The Warrior. I don't know what situation you all have going on, but your loyalty to it is bar none. Like, it's incredible how you're vying for justice, vying for truth, vying for honesty, and you're trying to stay loyal in a situation. But it's such a crazy energy, Cancer, because it's like, I'm going to just jump off this hill and see what happens, and here's the communication that comes in with it, and I'm here to stand the test of time, to stay the course. But I feel like over time, throughout February, Cancer, whatever this is starts to wear you down. It's like you're trying to stay in it, you're trying to fight the good fight, you're trying to make heads and tails of a situation, but remember, you don't have control over what other people are doing, and that makes it difficult, okay? So what is this Warrior about for Cancer with the uninvited guest for February, Spirit? Your life is likely to take a very powerful turn. Knight of Swords. More warrior energy with that card. Ambitious, like you're willing to confront things and advocate for what you know to be a truth. And it's like, yes, I know that to be true. Yes, I know this. Yes, I know that. Don't tell me that I don't know, because I do know, right? It's funny how you're going in from like this put together place and then going to war and then worrying about all the things that are going on, right? The Eight of Swords there showing itself. Like, how in the hell do we do this? Five of Pentacles coming out. There could be some losses, a feeling of helplessness in a situation that creates a little bit of disparity in certain avenues of things, some hardships. But the one thing I want to tell you, though, Cancer, is the Five of Pentacles is a temporary energy. So this, I feel like this is something that you could be feeling right now. Some financial hits, little things, expenses could be coming up that are really testing your patience. The King of Wands and the Star. This could get switched over. It's almost like, I'm saying switched over. It's like, don't forget who the hell you are, Cancer. How you've gotten as far as you've gotten. But also knowing that not everything is... This is a spiritual experience. This is almost like you fighting with an old version of yourself. There's the Justice card. It's going to be a little bit of give and take in a situation, like it or not. Even if it's not exactly what it should be. Like, I've seen that sacrifice card come out in this other deck repetitively here lately. You got to give up one thing to get the other. So that's going to be that difficult part of this, I think, at the end of the day. But this is like teaching you about about suffering of all things, but it's like, what do you consider to be suffering? This is you needing to be taking an unconventional approach to a vision or a truth that you once had, and going, well, this could look very different if we did this instead, because this isn't quite fair or balanced. Like there's something to that. But I do think that prosperity will avail in time in this situation for you. But I still don't feel like somebody in the past could have made a real quick decision that needs to be looked at and reviewed, but it's got unlimited potential to make things change. So it's kind of like the balancing, that duality. There's a Two of Pentacles behind that Justice, is needing to balance this situation out. I will 100% be fair with you here, or honest with you, that it's still going to be skewed. Whatever outcome you're looking for feels skewed to me. So it's kind of like, maybe it's really tilted right now, one way to the left, one way to the right, one way or another, right? Ultimately, it's going to bring it, you might end up about here instead of here, you know, like there's the grave understanding, Spirit is saying, of the differences are going to start to balance out, but you still may feel like this and this should have happened to make it completely balanced. So you're like seeking fairness, equality in a situation, and you're not, like, your determination to make these changes is helping, right? Because it's like not sweeping it under the rug and going, well, it's whatever. But your need of perseverance to see things through, not for everybody else, but for yourself. Okay, so I want to make that clear as well. It's for yourself as well, but it's like it does have an impact on truth. It's like you're trying to heal something within by going outside of yourself, because you've done the work internally. I hope that's making sense to you. You've done some work. You understand things that others may not be able to see. But I do think that things, like if there's a massive gap, things are going to be bridged to a point. Okay? Advice for Cancer in the month of February, please, Spirit. Speak up. Fresh start. It does lead to a new beginning here. And it's being created by you, but also remember other people's parts in this. What do you need to say? What do you need to address? Because it needs to be done, Spirit, sooner rather than later, but also sitting back and letting things happen. Pivot comes out, and then break free. There is a situation that is heavily Cancer in your focus right now, and it's time to release this. It's time to move on from this, and I think February is going to be about you kind of testing out those situations, deciding where you go, deciding how things are going to be done, and knowing that you don't have, you can't just throw it all in a blanket and just wrap it up and go, okay, it's done, it's gone. This is something that's going to have to play out over time. And Spirit's asking yourself, how can you just be in flow of letting those situations outside of you happen naturally without forcing this break, whatever this break is. Like, the break is going to come, but you're going to have to let it happen as it needs to for divine purposes. Okay? Cancer, I hope that this was helpful for you. I'm going to leave it there. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Personal reads are open and available. Channel memberships are open. The information is in the description box below. I'm sending you all tons of love. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.